having a hard enough time already. So, okay. We're going to do just a real quick warm-up and tune. Before we do that, though, I'll tell you about the piece we're going to play. So I once watched a guy tune his band and then proceed to talk to the audience for 20 minutes, and then they tried to play afterwards. I will not talk that long, but I think I'll talk, and then we'll tune, and then we'll be ready to go. Back in March or whenever, I wanted to find some piece that was Ukrainian. I just thought it'd be a good thing to do. Just find something. There's got to be some like chorale tune or something to play. And indeed there is. And I found this one just very briefly. This was written in 1855. It's something of an unofficial hymn of Ukraine, it's kind of, I guess, equivalent to like America the Beautiful is for us, and be kind of a similar thing for them. And I just thought that'd be an appropriate thing to put in a moment. you know, if you go to a lot of band concerts, you probably hear a lot of great cheering. I think the bottom line is he had this way to take simple folk tunes and just like in this variety and how he set them. This is a simple piece. It's I believe it's a 16 bar melody. Just four major phrases. But he does a lot of things with it, and it's pretty fun. So I hope you enjoy Shepherd's Song. Carter, in that last piece, what does it say in your part of the Prestissimo?
It says, roll the hammers about any notes.
Can you play your part for us right there? That's his part right there. I just love it. That's what the guy wrote. That's awesome. All right, the next piece is the other piece that we're going to play Saturday at the Large Group Contest. This is David Gillingham's with Argent Voice. It's just a lot of fun to play. Hope you enjoy listening to it. we're waiting, did Bill Shepherd make it here? Bill, are you here? No. Well, if Bill were here, and if he were on stage, he would point out to you that even though we think that Carl King is an Iowan, he's from Ohio.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a beautiful afternoon out there. If you're out there like I was, you're thinking, oh, summer's just around the corner, and hopefully now you're ready for municipal dance season, right? You get a little march going on there. Thanks, everybody. I hope to see you at Large Group Contest. 4 more service opportunity spots available. We'd like to have those kids who received a Division I at the solo and ensemble contest, please rise and just stay where you're at. Good round of And for those students, we have for all of you a fine certificate that will commemorate your accomplishment this year in the IHSMA Solo and Ensemble Festival. We will pass those out at a later time when it won't take so much time. But if you have like a senior reception coming right up and you want to make sure you get that, you come see us and we'll get that to you tomorrow if you need it tomorrow. Now, we did have 2 students that really distinguished themselves at that event. We'd like to have them come up and be recognized. At the festival, each contest adjudicator can pick one event from their center to receive the Outstanding Performance Award. And we had 2 band centers, and both those OP awards went to Cedar Falls kids. Alexander Simoni on flute, and Kristen Engelhardt on trombone.
This year for jazz band, both jazz bands did a fantastic job. Jazz 2 ended up tying or finishing ahead of everybody's Jazz 1, except for 3 this year at our District Jazz Festival. And they ended up first at Talk 1. And Jazz 1 had a great year as well. We had a really fun performance at the Iowa Jazz Championships, and we're happy to make school history, bringing home first place for the first time ever. Even more importantly than that was just the feeling of euphoria on stage. We walked off stage that evening and just felt good. Like, well, that was the best we could have played. Nobody did anything dumb. And all the solos were fantastic and had been all year. And so we just left it out there and had a great time and didn't really worry about anything. And the reward was nice, but the performance was better. So it was a fun year. We have some solo certificates to pass out, speaking of soloists. At the Iowa Jazz Championships, judges are allowed to recognize outstanding soloists in every band. And this year we had Riley Gassell on drum set, if you guys can come up, Alexandra Simodi on bass, Colton Thomas on piano, and Ben Shockley on the tenor saxophone. And Ben also received, out of the entire day at Class 4A, here's more of them. In the entire day, out of all 15 bands, they're allowed to award 4 overall Best of Center soloists for the day, and one of them went to Ben Shockley, so congratulations to him.
Back at our December concert, we acknowledged the students who had been selected for the Iowa All-State Music Festival. Tonight we give them their certificates. It was a long wait. It was a long wait. But tonight you get your certificate. And it's a mighty fine certificate. It's suitable for putting out on your desk or out on your table at your graduation party, or framing if you like. It's like, wow, it's got a diamond on it. So, you might think that Mr. Engelhardt and I would see each other and like plan some of these things, talking from time to time, but it just doesn't happen that much. So we'll keep him on his toes here. He's got the certificates. I'm going to announce these, not in any particular order that you have there. But yeah, we had a great year with All-State, and we kind of make a big deal about it because the participation in this event really has a strong impact on our band. The kids that try out, the kids that try out for All-State learn a lot in the process, and they create a great core to our band, and then kids around them see what it is that that high school kids are capable of, and the level rises in the whole band. So we really think this is an important thing, really valuable. So we want to acknowledge them. First of all, I want to let you know we had 19 kids selected for All-State. There was no other 4A high school. There was no other school in Iowa that had 19 kids selected for All-State. Want to start off, there's no certificate for 2 of you, but we want to acknowledge them anyway. Noah Phillips and Holton Fromm were alternates. They were selected, they were designated as being All-State caliber, but somebody else got the spots. Had somebody not shown up from another district, they might have gotten the call. But let's have you guys stand, Noah Phillips and Holton Fromm. Very fortunate to have 3 ninth graders who were selected. I doubt they're here tonight, but if they are, they can come up and get their certificates. Cedric Liu on clarinet from Holmes, Brittany Atkins on baritone sax from Holmes, and Alana Reynolds on euphonium from Pete Junior High. So big round of, 2 applause for them. Other first first-year All-Staters. From the sophomore class, we had Natalie Thomas on flute and Taylor Johnson on trumpet. From the junior class, we had Gabrielle Townsend on alto sax. Yeah, come on up and get this fabulous certificate that I've been building up for so long now. Gabrielle Townsend on alto sax, Connor Chanel on trumpet, and Ella Steinman, first-year All-Stater on clarinet. She's been in before as a singer and opted to do the clarinet this year and was successful with that. Let's have a round of applause for these first-year. Our junior All-Staters from the sophomore class, Kristen Engelhardt on trombone and Kate Gallion on percussion. From the junior class, we have Twan Brown, clarinet, Pascal Kuhat, trumpet, Alex Stoner, trombone. That's it from the junior class. And then second-year All-Stater from the senior class, Claire Shaw on flute and Adam Schroeder. Sorry, my eyes are old. Adam Schroeder on percussion. Three of our seniors were third-year All-Staters. They've been in All-State for 3 years. Alexander Samodi on flute, Ethan Green tenor sax, and Jace Berry on trumpet. We have one student this year who is a 4-year All-Stater, going all the way back to 9th grade year at Holmes Junior High. Emma Philpin, clarinet. And those are all state musicians. Thank you guys. You're awesome. Hey, bye.
This year we were very excited to get back to the Tiger Marching Band. And it's hard when you haven't had 2 years of it to get around on the field without colliding and making interesting forms look easy. And our students rose to the challenge. The seniors had a season when they were sophomores and they were all just kind of, and that's how they learned to march. And then they came back this year and were our leaders and had to teach 2 classes how to march. And if you don't think that marching band matters, it does. It's a really great way to start the year. It gets everybody going, sometimes in the same direction, sometimes not. We recently lost a former student, Travis Geisler, had cancer. And Travis loved marching band more than anything. And we will miss him dearly. He just graduated in 2016. And I talked to his mom the other day, and it was a super emotional call, as you can imagine. But the thing that Lisa wanted me to know and to share with people was that Travis looked back on everything he'd done in his 22 years. And one of the things that he loved the most and would never forget was the fellowship and friendship that he made in marching band. And being a drum section leader, being center snare, getting to play, and getting to share music. That was the thing that he loved the most. And those were the people that rallied around Travis when he was sick. And so it matters, and our student leaders You guys are doing amazing things, and what you do and the work you do matters. Our 3 drum majors this year, we have a plaque for, because they work super hard. They're assistant directors. There's just the 2 of us, and sometimes that's, not very much. We need a lot of help, as you can imagine. And so we'd like to have our 3 drum majors come up and get a special plaque to recognize them for their outstanding achievement as drum majors this year, leading the Tiger Marching Band to a 22nd consecutive Division I in a row, and just being awesome people. So we have Emma Footman, Aaron Van Rosendahl, and Jen Warwick.
Thank you. And finally, we'd like to recognize all of our seniors. I make a big deal about the All-State thing, and the reality is, it's like the band is not about just that top group of 19 players or whatever. It's about everybody that's in the band. We literally could not do what we do without everybody who's here. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm thinking about other things right now. It makes it harder. But yeah, we're going to pass out these certificates to the seniors. So seniors, if you want us to see how smart you are, try to organize yourselves alphabetically. We're going to bring them out this way. With A's, there are no A's, but there's a B. So we're going to come up this way. And what we've done, and what we've done for the senior class, come up this way. Tell you what, well, seniors are figuring out the alphabet. I'll tell everybody else what we have for them. We used to do a thing where we kept points for all the different things that kids did in band. And if they earned 300 points, they would get a letter in band. And long ago, kids quit wearing letter jackets, so we just printed this thing and said, well, you lettered. Nobody even knew what that meant. But they got this award for all their stuff. And it was cumbersome and all that. What we're doing now, what we switched to, is printing a certificate for each member of the senior class that lists all the different things that they did in band. So it's an award that acknowledges them for what they've done. For some people, it means that they were in the Tiger Marching Band and the Wind Symphony, and that's it. They've done 2 things. But that represents a lot of stuff. And to me, that's a great honor. It's a great acknowledgement of what you've done in high school. Other people have many more things that they did in band. But I hope that this is a fitting acknowledgement of what you all have done. When you have your receptions and all, if you want to have those out, I would be delighted to see those. So I think we're almost up here in order. And Mr. Eva has put up writing up their stuff. Let's have a big round of applause for you. It's safe to say that we have been through stuff with this group of seniors that we've never been through with any other group of seniors. It's been crazy, but a lot of really great stuff as well as some weird stuff in the last 3 years. So thank you all for that. There was something else that I was going to say, but it's gone because I'm kind of old now and it's past my bedtime. Let's have seniors. can head on back to your All right. Good thing Mr. E's here, even though we don't talk much. We do have three big senior awards that we give every year. We have the John Philip Sousa Award that goes to a band member in recognition of their exemplary work as a band student. We have the Louis Armstrong Award that goes to a jazz musician for their awesomeness. And we have the Iowa Bandmasters Association Award that goes, it can go to any fine musician in the band. It might be jazz related, it might be concert band related. At the awards ceremony, the school awards ceremony that's coming up here in several days, we'll present certificates to these guys that are really pretty nice. They are suitable for training. Tonight what we're going to give them is part of their award. It's like a little paperweight kind of thing. You got yourself a statue of John Philip Sousa, and you got yourself a statue there of the state of Iowa, and you got yourself a statue of Louis Armstrong. So this year's, and we're going to talk more about the kids at that presentation. But I'd like to recognize as the recipient of our Iowa Bandmasters Association Award, Emma Frooklyn.
This year's recipient of the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award couldn't go to a nicer guy. He's played in Jazz One all 3 years. He's played great solos. He's always on time to rehearsals. And he's a super kid that's going into music next year at the University of Iowa. Jace Perry. Come on out.
Well, we're going to make as quick a set change as we can make here, get the stage reset. I'd like to have...
Mr. E, can you come up here, please? So it's a tradition every year for the seniors to gift the directors with goodies. So, first I have... Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, we're letting you down tonight. That's okay. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. So, Mr. E,
Yes.
we have a T-shirt for you.
Good.
In marching band, Mr. E has a famous saying. when we go to marching band contest, we are not allowed to say anything bad about the other bands. So we say it with me, "What a great band!" So because this is such a great saying, we put on a T-shirt. So for Mr. E, if I can get it the right way. What a great band! For Mr. Ramsey, we have the classic, the essentials, the big jug of orange juice. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Ramsey always has orange juice. He comes into school with a glass of OJ. Before band, he's got a glass of OJ. In the afternoon, when he's getting stuff organized and ready to go for the next day, he's got his OJ. So what kind of senior class would we be if we didn't think he needed some orange juice? Mr. Ramsey. That the orange juice is more than enough for Mr. Ramsey, but we really went above and beyond this year. So Mr. Ramsey likes to tell a lot of stories in rehearsal. You know, he makes a reference or a joke, and then he's like, "Do you guys understand it?" And we're all like, and he's like, he sits down, he leans back in his stool, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a story for you guys." Thus, the I have a story button. Yes. Because we are all about increasing our productivity in Wind Symphony, we figured it would be more efficient if Mr. Ramsey had a button to push instead of having to announce every time he tells the story.
I'm just gonna say though, never, ever, ever hide underneath a parked car.
On behalf of the class of 2022, Mr. Ramsey and Mr. Park, we love you so, so much, and we are so appreciative of everything you've done for us over the years. We would not be half the musician we are today without you guys. Thank you so much.